Hello, Nick. So we have reached it, what should be the final video of the battle. We have 3 turns left, and we are going to finish them today. I'll most likely have a kind of a wrap-up video where we go over the victory points and such. But this will be the final unit actions and such. I think maybe when I had in the past I had said, if you remember, this is actually Augereau's replacement. We don't get points for his capture, only commanders. So Massena, who was captured last turn, since his command rating is a 1, that'll be 1 point that goes to the Austrians. If I have to be honest, I'm not sure exactly who's got the edge right now. If I had to be pinned down, I'd almost think the Austrians. I don't know why I say that. Maybe just because the French have had to play a lot of points with negative victory point penalties. And so I kind of give the edge to the Austrians at this moment. If they take Montenotte, then definitely. But we'll see what comes out of it. Probably just keep going like I do and come back when there's a battle. I don't know. Bonaparte, his forces here, Argento's kind of starting to loom back. So I don't know. I don't know whether Bonaparte turtles at this point and puts himself in Montenotte and tries to withstand it, or continues to attack. The attacking was working, but if not for a card, he would have lost some valuable troops. Just kind of a command. We haven't gone over this in a while. So Bonaparte's 3 command points. He'll give 1 to La Harpe, 1 to Augereau to put them in command. So Augereau will put all his guys into command who are in that stack. La Harpe will put his guy in command. I think there's a second. Actually, there's two second division in there, and then I don't know. Is there one over here? Yeah, there's one over here. So they'll be in command, and then Bonaparte then can do 3 additional units. So he'll only have to. There's one of who Massena would put in here. So everybody again still will be in command and able to move. So we'll come back and decide, or see what happens. All right, the French used this card. There's no reinforcements left, so they don't have to take the VP hit. I don't count the Massena replacement coming back as a reinforcement. That's just somebody stepping up to be in command. I really wanted to throw Bonaparte in here and attack there, but that would have really put things into a precocious situation if this attack doesn't go well. If these guys get thrown back, and then they could wrap around, and I don't have another card to extricate myself. So we've got Argento and a few forces over here to try to take them on. It's going to end up being 1-to-1. And then La Harpe was reinforced a little bit over here with Martin, and with the little tagging across the stream there, that's going to end up being a 3-to-2 attack. So let's start with La Harpe's attack on the 3-to-2, and got to get my charts out here. I'm ill prepared. All right, here we go. Here's the roll. Oh boy, that is a 6 on the 1.5-to-1. That is AR star, and I think that. Oh no, I think that is a. Yep, it's no shock. So he's just going to have to retreat. So not going well to start, and this attack's going to be a 1-to-1. So here's that, and that is a 3. So that's going to be DR star, but that is shock terrain. I'm going to woods there. So looks like Lipthay B is going to be the candidate unit. Boy, do they have... The French have... Yep, okay, so the French do have a 4. Wow, so if there's an elimination here, we're going to lose a unit since both of them are already flipped. So here we go. Here's the shock roll. Ooh, so they both get nothing. A 2 for the French, a 1 for the coalition. So that's going to be attacker 4 and defender 3. So that is a DR. So they will have to retreat. Oh, I don't think, well, or do we? Do we want to advance to try to hold them up so they can't kind of do their own thing? Man, I almost think that I need to. Of course, Ojiro wouldn't be able to bring the artillery forward. He'd only be defending with 6. That'd be 10 back, and that looks like a pretty sizable stack. Oh, man, I don't know. Decisions. Getting down here to the nitty gritty. I don't know, maybe we don't advance. I feel like, yeah, I think we'll just, I don't know. Actually, should I? I mean, if I move in there, that's going to lock them. They'll have to attack back. The worst that's going to happen is an AR. I mean, they're not going to be able to get in my flanks. So maybe we do that. So Ojiro will advance with both of these reduced infantry units. And there we go. So interesting. All right, so line of sight is now done at the end of the turn, so we get to see what we're looking at. Ooh boy, 4 and an artillery. So yeah, it's gonna be man. Hopefully we don't get up to where there's a defender eliminated result. All right, so on to the Austrian turn. Austrian turn, 1 p.m. So Argento failed again, so they have the 1 hex move since he was within 2 or 3 hexes of an enemy unit. So everybody got to move forward 1. He didn't have enough to really go toe-to-toe with Bonaparte. So we're just consolidating, getting ready for when he can, which probably will be next turn. Lipthay is gonna try to, well, I mean, I'm sure he will, 3-to-1 odds here against the roadblock, with the thought that he'll be in command next turn if Argento gets command. So he can either take part in something related to getting things going over here, or he could start making a stab down here for Montenette, try to get those victory points. He would have to successfully get initiative on his final turn, and then there's this attack up here against Ojiro. Let's do the 3-to-1 first. So here's the roll. 3-to-1 with a 1. That is DR3. So all you have to do is cause a retreat, and that's gone. And he can't advance because he's not in command. So then over here, we've got 17.5 to 6. Just missed 2-to-1 odds, and that's that half because the artillery is halved in woods or forest, whatever we call it. So just missed that. So it's a 2-to-1. Still pretty good. The roll. Ooh, we got a 2. So 2-to-1. That's DR2. So Ojiro is going to go 1, and yeah, I guess go into here. Yeah, go down there. I think he can. Yeah, he'll be 2 away either way. All right, and it doesn't do anything to this unit because he wasn't overstacked when he went through there. Since he's a leader, he can maintain that stacking. So, and they cannot advance because they weren't in command. So that is the end of the 1 p.m. turn. We move on to the 2 p.m. turn, and a replacement for Messina has been found, and I'll have to look. I can't remember. Does he come back as like a 4 initiative leader? Let me find that quick before I move on here. Come on. There we go. Replacement. A commander officer's replacement is an officer with initiative of 4. So when, oh yeah, so commander officer. So yeah, Messina's replacement shows up. So just he's a regular officer with 4, and we'll put him in here. I think there's part of First Division in there, so I think that might be the only First Division left. So there you go. On to the 2 p.m. turn. I'm sure you were yelling at me. Got a roll for Orgereau since he retreated. Also, I don't think I showed the coalition's card was this. So they get to see both of the French cards. I'm just going to leave them face up so that I know that the coalition player knows what those were. Not that it really matters, but let's roll for Augereau and see how he does. And a 5, so he's fine. Nothing really happening on the 2 p.m. French turn. They played this Fog of War card that they had just drawn. This lets you accelerate the artillery arrival in your reinforcements, but being as there's no reinforcements left, that won't penalize anything. I'm really starting to feel, kind of precarious here with the French position. We're beat up. Augereau and the Messina replacement stack. I think they're just entirely, the infantry is all, the infantry is all reduced. Not a lot of bulk. I did some shuffling I think I got 1 more strength point over there for 1 less, but I figure since La Harpe would probably be attacked across the stream, that he would be buffed by that, whereas over here there's no stream that they'll be attacking across. I wanted to move into here to attack Kirpin, but with that stream, that would have hurt. Thought about maybe having Napoleon go in there, but really, he's got to keep Montenotte, and having his shift in there is huge. So we're going to present that line and let the Austrians come and hopefully break themselves against it, and we can hold. But I don't know. I'm a little leery at this moment. So over to the Austrian turn. Coalition 2 p.m. turn. They played this card. Again, no reinforcements left, so no penalty. Argento continues to be the crappiest leader. Rolled a 6, so once again, they're 1 hex. So they pushed forward. I originally had this guy here thinking, well, I'll soak this off so this guy can join in on the Bonaparte attack, but then realized, wait a minute, there's a stream there. I'm playing with the optional rule where they can't cross the stream if there's no road or bridge, and so he moves there instead. This guy has to attack La Harpe. These 2 are going at Bonaparte, and then straight down here. So yeah, this not as good as odds as I thought we were going to have at this point. So this attack turns out to be a 12 for Argento to 14 for Bonaparte. So that goes to the 1 to 1.5, and then with Bonaparte's shift, puts it down to the 1 to 2. So not very good. Really was hoping to get this stack in there too, but even with that, I think I would have been a 1 to 1 at the end of it. But there's a chance. This guy here against Massena's replacement's a 1 to 1, and then against Augereau here, they've got 1.5 to 1, and then these are 1 to 1. So let's do this attack here against Massena first. It's a 1 to 1. If they can press in there and we get some luck here, we can bag what's in there, and then we'll see. Anyways, let's go ahead and roll. So that attack against Massena's replacement's a 1 to 1. A 3. That's a DR star, and I believe that's clear terrain, so there's not going to be any shock. So bad news for, you know what though? They cannot advance. So, yeah, because of Argento's failure. Wow, that's pretty big. So let's put him over here, just in case Bonaparte is forced retreat. Let's roll for Massena's replacement. I'm a 4, so he is safe. All right, let's I guess let's do the attack against La Harpe here. That is a 1 to 1. 1 to 1 with a 3. That's another DR star. So that is going to go to shock. So looks like their best is 3. What's La Harpe got in here? He's got a 4. So Austrians are at a disadvantage in this shock combat. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so looks like the French are going to go up by 2 to 6. The Austrians are going to go up by 1 to 4. So a 4 attacker against a 6 defender, that turns into an AR. So he will have to go back there. And La Harpe could advance if he wanted, but I don't think he wants to put himself in a spot where he has to attack unless we want to for one reason or another. All right. I guess let's hold the Bonaparte attack for the main event. Let's do the attack on Augereau over here. So that was, what did I say? That is a 1.5 to 1. They rolled a 1. So that's DR2. So they are pushing this flank back. Oops, pretty good. So 1, 2. Could I go there? There was some reason I did one time that I kind of did that and I couldn't, but I'll just go there. Have to roll for Augereau. His replacement officer. A 2, so he's okay. All right, so let's do the Argento against Bonaparte. So this is a 1 to 2 attack. Here's the roll. And a 1. Oh my. That is just a straight DR. Holy crap. Argento. See, I don't think we want to go across the bridge. Bad things happen when you retreat across the bridge. Well, you know what I was getting excited to, they took it, but Argento does not have command, so he cannot advance. So I got to roll for Bonaparte. Here's the roll. 2. So Bonaparte is fine. So, wow, some 3 successful, well, no. Yeah, 3 out of the 4 attacks were successful. If Argento just had command, wow, they would be in a pretty good spot. But since he just does not seem all that sure of himself. He's just taking little baby steps forward to attack. So French will be able to, we got the last turn coming up. They'll be able to move back in, take control. Bonaparte is going to have to attack, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So on to the final 3 p.m. and deciding turn. All right, last French turn. Holding on by my nails. So this artillery came from here over here just to stop this unit from being able to get on a flank, so that if Bonaparte ends up having to retreat, that he doesn't, won't have the losses. Augereau moved up and had one of his artillery go into here, since this is in clear terrain, and it'll do Massena's replacement a little better than it will do for him in the woods. They're holding the flank because I had the thought of, I guess, Massena bringing all of his stuff over here, but then, one of these guys could move in, down, give the part in the attack on Bonaparte, and then the other one could use the soak off. So we're holding them there. La Harpe moved up because if he stays here, this guy could move here. This guy could move to attack him for the soak off, and then this guy could join in on Bonaparte. So this is a little risky across the stream. That's going to be a 1 to 1.5. Bonaparte attacking, moved back into Montenotte, has to attack these hexes. In the end, that's going to be, I think, 1.5 to 1 for him. So kind of two important attacks. I mean, if Bonaparte fails this, they're going to be able to march right into Montenotte without a battle. So let's do La Harpe. He's got his 1 to 1.5 attack across the stream. That's a 5. So that is an AR. So that is going to open, if Bonaparte still is in, you know what though? He could go here. Yeah, that guy could still, they're still going to be able to get up there. So we'll just go here, and that'll keep the flank defended. This guy cannot advance. All right, so here's the big one. So 1.5 to 1. A 4. That is a DR star. Oh, this is interesting. So Argento is in the clear, but this stack is in shock terrain. I don't know if I've encountered this before. Let me double check. 1.5, yeah. So 4, yeah. So I have to, I gotta figure this out. I'll be right back. So just looking at the rules, I do not see anything about when one stack is attacking multiple stacks and there's a possible shock result, and some of the units are in shock terrain and others aren't. I do not know. And I don't know, should it just be restricted to these guys? Like, these guys retreat and then these guys have shock? Maybe that's the way it should be done. Yeah, let's do it that way. I'm really not sure. Because I think, shock combat is meant to, kind of simulate close-in terrain where maybe you stumble in and it gets a little bloody, which this is going to go against the Austrians. But so Argento would have to retreat, and I think I made the comment when Bonaparte retreated not wanting to go across the bridge. Well, that's a trestle. If you ever have to retreat across bridges, there's some bad stuff that would possibly happen. So he'll go there, and then when I believe when artillery doesn't have infantry supporting them, I believe their initiative rating is 1. When artillery is alone in a hex, disregard its initiative rating and use 1 for its shock combat value. So, I mean, even though there's 2 artillery, I would still interpret that, you know, this is artillery alone in a hex, you know, just artillery. So they're going to be a 1, and I believe there's probably a 4 in here. Yeah, this is yep, there's 4 in here. I'm not sure, like, if it should be everybody together, and Argento would get, his units here would get to be a part of it, but they're in clear terrain, so this kind of makes sense to me. I don't know. I'll have to maybe go online and see if anybody's ever asked about this, but yeah, this is definitely going to hurt that artillery. So here's the shock roll. Yeah. So the French go up to a 5, or no, they go up to a 6 because they've got a 4 in there, and then since the artillery is a 1, they go up to a 2. So a 6 to 2. Wow, that's only a DR2. I figured we'd get into some kind of really bad things. So 1, 2. All right. And Bonaparte's, yeah, he's not going to advance. That would seem like a dumb idea. I mean, if he advanced, yeah, I mean, they could surround him pretty easily. Could have one guy advance to kind of tie them up so he wouldn't have to take as much issue. That's not a bad idea. But I think, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he should. Let me think about this. All right, so Bonaparte is going to have Cossé advance into here. You may say that's a little gamey, and yeah, it probably is. Being the last turn, that pretty much freezes these guys, and so the only people, you know, that'll be able to attack Bonaparte will be somebody that goes in there. I guess they could sneak somebody. No, he's tied up. So yeah, Bonaparte has definitely lowered the chances of not holding on to Montenotte. It is kind of bad. The big unit here is already reduced, but he's got a 4 initiative, and I figure that would be probably more important in holding that than this unit's out here just to be annoying and lock these guys all down. So there you go. Oh, French used the probe card this turn. No VP impact. And we are going to go into the final turn. Most likely Argento will fail anyways, and this doesn't matter, but they are going to definitely get to put Cossé in a situation where if he retreats, he's going to be eliminated for no route path. But I think this pretty much assures that Bonaparte's going to be able to hold on to Montenotte. And I guess depending on what this stack is, since we could see them, I probably should have looked. So they're going to be able to bring a 4. Well, they go here. They've got artillery, so they'll be bringing a 7.5 against 8. So, yeah, I think that's probably the thing to do. They want to hold out. So there you go. We'll be back with the coalition final turn, the finale. I think Montenotte is going to be held. Of course, I mean, they pushed Bonaparte out there with bad odds last time, so who knows? We'll see. I did forget to roll. Oops, this tripod. I did forget to roll for Argento. Let's see. Nope, 4. He's okay. And yeah, I forgot to roll for La Harpe when he retreated also. A 5. He's okay. Boy, I have trouble remembering that in the moment. And while I'm thinking of it, if I would have, in that shock, the possible shock, if I would have said that both stacks were eligible in it also, then Argento would have had a 4 unit. With the roll, it would have came out to a, 6 to 5, and that would have been a DR. So they still would have been pushed back. The artillery wouldn't have gone 2 back, but it pretty much would still be the same. Also, a little spoiler for the Austrian turn. They played the secure flanks card, tactic card, so that action doesn't come into effect, and no negative for that. Also, so I'm thinking of moving these guys around here, because if they get lucky, they could advance in, kind of do off a flank. But then I'm like, they'd have an artillery who would be attacking a clear hex and a forest or woods hex. But I think, I'd probably have to say that I still am affected by that, and it would be, the artillery would be halved. Man, I don't know if I was had my camera up or not. I don't know, but I don't know why I'm even talking about that at the moment. Anyways, I'll be back. And part of that spoiler that I forgot to mention was Argento got initiative. I was just so excited, I totally forgot to mention what I was going to spoil for you. And then I started looking at it like, how can I bring? I mean, these 3 stacks are frozen by Kaze, and so I did move these guys up. That's going to be like a 1 to 2 attack, or no, it's not, because of that. It's going to be 3.5. It's going to be a little. It might be a 1 to 3 attack. So I started looking at these other, the units that are left. What's the biggest amount I can get in there? And I thought, ooh, look at this nice 7 strength guy. But he is 1, 2, 3, 4 away from Argento. He's going to have to roll later. Lipthay probably would be the guy to roll for the stack, but it's like, I don't know whether he's going to be able to even move in there. So I'm going to have to, I think, put as much as I can in here, and then we'll roll for this. And if they get it, Lipthay B may be attacking both these guys, and we'll move Oxe into here. Yeah. So some interesting ponderings going on here. So these 2 infantry units moved from here to there. And then I was going to move these 2 artillery units down into this clear hex, so I'd be able to get all their power. So 4. So that would be 7. That would be 11 to 8. So I'm 1 shy from a 1.5 to 1. So I could move this guy in with them, since they're all of the same division. That would maintain divisional integrity, and then that would give me a 1.5 to 1. Bonaparte would make it a 1 to 1. It's probably, decent chance that I got. Or I could move these guys here, move this guy here, and then if these guys get initiative, I could move him there and move the big one here, and that would give me, what would that be? 7, 11, 18 to 6. That would give me a 3 to 1, which Bonaparte would knock it to a 2 to 1. That would be huge. I don't know. I don't know, and that'll be a 50-50 chance. I almost think I got to go with that. This guy's going to get murdered if they don't make it. But yeah, I mean, the thing that sucks is if that fails, then this is just going to end up being a 1 to 1, which will shift to a 1 to 1.5. Oh man, I think I've gotta get the odds that I'm for surely given. So I think this guy's gonna move into there. Um, and the thing that sucks is like I'm thinking like, oh, maybe I could have had these guys separated up so that that other infantry could come in if he gets initiative, but then that weakens the artillery because of the woods. I think this is what I got to do. I'm going to be really upset if Lipthay B gets initiative. Let's do it right now. I'm going to stick to this. So we're going with the assured odds. And here's the roll of initiative for Lipthay B. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Oh, that hurts. Oh, I could have had a 2-to-1 final odds. So they get initiative. Oh man, that just sucks. So, oh, but you know what? If they wouldn't have got initiative, I would have been hosed because then these guys would have had to attack here. I don't know. I totally get in my brain too much. Yeah, that would have been really bad. So yeah, I should have. The smart thing then, if I would have thought of that, would have been to have him there, and then if they get it, that's just a benefit. But wow, so that initiative roll kind of saved my butt. So then I guess these guys come down here and they're gonna attack both those stacks. Wow, that was dumb of me. That was dumb of me. I probably should have. Yeah, but you make those mistakes in a real game, and the sporting thing to do is just live with it. So we're just gonna live with it. So I guess since these are the final combats, let's just calculate them as we go here. So they're coming in with 3.5 because of the woods. He's not affected because he's in the clear, and that's gonna be. So they're coming in what 3.5 to 8. Wow. So they don't even make 1 to 2 odds. So he's going to be on the 1 to 3. That's not good. So here's that roll. And he rolls a 5. AR3. Wow. He was 1 away from being eliminated. So here's a problem. The artillery cannot retreat across or cannot go across a stream. So I mean, Lipthay B has to go 1, 2, 3. I guess he could go on the roadblock. I know there's some in the optional rules of this, it doesn't say what happens when they're forced to retreat across. I know the Thursday night gamers have some. They've got a table you roll on, which shows whether they get eliminated or not. I don't know where that table is offhand. I'd have to go searching for it. I'm just going to say screw it. They retreat also. I'm not gonna penalize the Austrians. I mean, he could go 1, 2, 3. I think you're supposed to, they're supposed to go together. But we'll just say that, hey, it was good enough. There is a little, maybe a little way across there. So LaHarpe could advance if he wanted, but it doesn't matter at this point. Wow. You know what? Let me figure out the rest of these attacks and I'll be back. All right. Odds have been computed. As far as, we'll just say, like I know I've seen Lee at 82 Gaming 12 when he played, was it the Salamanca? No, not Salamanca. What is it? I don't know. It was one of the Spain battles. Forget me. But he had a table that the Thursday night gamers had done that you roll on. We'll just say that he rolled that this artillery rolled successfully and was able to go across there. Otherwise, he would have been moved. I don't know if he wouldn't be able to come back. So that would have been another eliminated unit, but we're not going to worry about that. So let's start, I guess let's do this big Argento battle here. These three stacks. So it comes out to 23 to 9, and that is because they're attacking Cosse all against these hex sides. So he gets to be multiplied by 1.5. If this guy would have attacked, that wouldn't be the case, but that guy needs to be attacking Bonaparte. So that ends up being a 2 to 1. So we will roll that. 2 to 1 with a 5. That's probably not. Oh, that's a shock. All right. So he's a 3. Yeah, they've got a 4. So here's the shock roll. So plus 1 puts them to 4. Nothing for them. So 4 to 4. I think that's probably going to be that 1R maybe. So attacker modified initiative of 4. And the defender of 4, yeah, 1R. So reduce 1 attacking and defending unit. The owner must reduce either the strongest or best initiative. So reduce. So Cosse would be reduced. Hey, this is actually pretty smart on my part, because if I would have put the other unit in there, he would have been eliminated, and that would be points for the Austrians. Let's see. So they have to do either their strongest or best initiative. Wait, an attack across a bridge. A damaged bridge. I don't want to have to reduce him. Oh man, do they? Oh man. Okay, there they go. So they do have a 4 guy who hasn't been reduced yet, so they can reduce him. And luckily, they don't lose a unit, which will end up affecting victory conditions. So no retreat, so no worry for Argento there. So inconclusive, other than some casualties. Let's go over here. Yeah, they're not going to be able to bag Napoleon's units if they do force him to retreat, but we'll do this anyway. So this is the 10 to 12, which comes out to be 1 to 1.5. And it is a 3. Yeah, that sounds like a shock. So this was, what did I say, 1 to 1.5, a 3. That's a shock. Yeah, kind of starting to get to learn these tables. All right, so their best, their best is a 3. Oh man, so they've got a 4. Yep, they've got a 4. So 4 to 3. Here's the roll. The French are really hoping that it doesn't come out to a 1R. Oh my. Oh, kablamicus. Wow. So that will make it, so the attacker modified goes to a 5. And the defender is a 4. So DR. Oh, wow. So retreat. They will retreat. And I guess only 1 can advance. But it might as well. It's the last turn. And we have to roll for both of these. We'll say this is Augereau's replacement, and this is Massena's replacement. Let's roll. Let's see. Got a 2 for Augereau and a 6 for Massena. Is a 6 the bad one or a 1 the bad one? A 6 is the captured. So Massena's replacement is captured. He'll join his boss. And 2 turns later, a new replacement would come up, but there won't be that. And again, that's an officer now, so they don't get points for that. All right, so let's do the the finale here. This could almost be for the game. It's going to be a 1-to-1. Remember, they squeaked that out. Oops. So they got 3. No, they got 7, 8, 9, 12, 12 to 8. So that's 1.5 to 1, and then Bonaparte shifts it down to the 1-to-1. This is huge. Let's go to the live roll, and we'll see what comes out of it. A 5. That's not going to be good. So 1-to-1. AR star. Oh God, I think that is there is woods there. Yep. So we're going to shot combat for possibly the game. So they've got they've got a 4. And we kept Cervoni in there because he was a 4. So let's where's my other die? So that's even. 4-to-4. This is going to have an impact, I think, somehow. Okay, so the Austrians add nothing. The French add 2. So let's go to a live look at that shot combat table. So the attackers' modified initiative is a 4, and the French's is a 6, and so it's his AR. So they all are repulsed back. And that is the game. Bonaparte holds on to Montenotte. I think that him advancing that unit there was pretty big. That kept a lot of Argento's force locked up. Yeah, so there you go. As of right now, I'm not sure what the end result is. I think we'll come back next time and do it. This video seems like it's kind of run long. I don't even think I mentioned that we had fair weather on the last day. There was I think a +1 modifier for 3 o'clock, and I rolled a 1. So that put it to the 2 and fair weather. So there you go. We have done it. We have completed the Montenotte approach to battle scenario. Nearly 3 full days of maneuver and combat. It's been a joy. Hope it entertained you if you stuck with me. And I think next time we'll come back and we'll go over the victory points, declare a winner, and kind of give some thoughts on it. And we'll wrap this baby up. See you next time.